Hey Bazillionaires, I hope you're doing well today. Today I'm going to discuss AI and copyrights. There have been a lot of conversation on whether things created with AI are copyrightable or not. Several YouTubers have chimed in on this topic, including attorneys such as Devin from LegalEagle and Miss Krystal from Top Music Attorney. And if either of you see this, I would love to interview you on this topic. And before we get started, if you're interested in how to use ChatGPT, Leonardo, and Midjourney, I'll show you how you can get these Amazon books we've published for free at the end of the video. Let's get started. So I wanted to know, is the work I create using AI copyrightable? And while I'm not an attorney, nor do I play one on TV, I think the answer can be a resounding yes in some circumstances. Let me explain. First off, we have to bring in some irony into this video. Let's ask ChatGPT, what is the stance on the US government and other countries on copyrights for art, music, books, etc. made with artificial intelligence? Can they be copyrighted? And here's its reply. The stance on copyright for art, music, books, and other creative works made with artificial intelligence varies across countries and is evolving as AI technology advances. Here's an overview of the current position in the US and a few other countries. The United States. The US Copyright Office currently does not grant copyright protection to works created solely by AI. The office's stance is that copyright is intended to protect the fruits of human intellectual labor, meaning a work must involve some element of human authorship to be eligible for copyright. The Copyright Office has issued statements and guidance reiterating that works lacking human authorship are not eligible for copyright protection. However, if an AI-generated work includes significant human input, such as selection, arrangement, or modification by a human, it may be eligible for copyright protection for those elements contributed by the human author. The European Union. The EU's stance is somewhat aligned with the US in that the directive emphasizes the need for human creativity. Works generated autonomously by AI without human intervention are not eligible for copyright protection. Some member states may have nuanced approaches, but the overarching principle remains that human creativity is a key requirement for copyright protection. Now for the UK. UK law offers a unique perspective where works generated by a computer in the absence of a human author can actually be protected. The person who makes the necessary arrangements for the creation of the work is considered the author and holds the copyright. This approach acknowledges a form of copyright for AI-generated works, but attributes it to the human or entity overseeing the creation process. Canada is similar to the US and EU. Canadian law requires human authorship for copyright protection. AI-generated works without human contribution do not qualify for copyright protection. And moving on to Australia. Australia has seen legal cases exploring the extent to which AI-generated works can be protected. Generally, the need for human authorship is emphasized, but there is ongoing debate and potential for future legal developments in this area. Many other countries follow the principle that human authorship is essential for copyright protection. As AI technology advances, legal systems worldwide are grappling with how to address the unique challenges posed by AI-generated content. The general consensus globally is that AI-generated works cannot be copyright unless there is significant human involvement in the creation process. This human involvement could be in the form of direction, modification, or arrangement, which contributes to the creative process. As AI continues to develop, legal frameworks may evolve to address these challenges more comprehensively. While we're at it, let's ask ChatGPT another question. What if I spend a considerable amount of time tweaking prompts for art, music, or a book to get the outcome I want, meaning I may have done hundreds of prompts? If you spend a considerable amount of time tweaking prompts for art, music, or a book to achieve the desired outcome, you may be able to argue that your human involvement constitutes a significant contribution to the creative process. Here's how this scenario is generally approached in different jurisdictions, and I'll just show it on the screen so I'm not reading it and boring you. And I still have one more question for ChatGPT, which is actually a real-world case. So in the case of a song, what if AI gave me the initial idea for the song, but I created the lyrics and spent several hours per day for several days with lots of iterations to get the music I wanted? Then I recreated all of the music in Ableton Live, Logic Pro, or FL Studio with some modifications, and even hired a drummer to play the drums and hired a singer to sing it. Does that change the copyrightability? And ChatGPT replies with yes. The extensive human involvement you described in creating a song changes the copyrightability significantly. Here's how it would be viewed under copyright law. In the United States, your detailed process of creating lyrics, iterating on the music, and then recreating it in a digital audio workstation or DAW, like Ableton Live, Logic Pro, or FL Studio, demonstrates significant human authorship. Additionally, hiring a drummer and a singer adds further human contributions. Under these circumstances, the song would likely qualify for copyright protection because of the substantial human creativity and effort involved. The U.S. Copyright Office recognizes that works involving AI can be protected if a human author has made creative contributions. Your process shows that the AI merely provided an initial idea, and the majority of the creative work was done by humans, which is key to obtaining copyright protection. The European Union emphasizes the need for human creativity. Your extensive involvement in writing lyrics, refining the music, and adding live performances by musicians would likely meet the EU's requirements for human authorship. This should make the work eligible for copyright protection. The UK's approach considers the person making the necessary arrangements for a computer-generated work as the author, so really no change there. And Canadian law requires human authorship. Your process of creating lyrics, iterating on music, and adding live performances by musicians clearly demonstrates human creativity, which would make the song eligible for copyright protection. Australian law is also moving towards recognizing significant human contributions. Given your extensive creative input, the song would likely be protected under Australian copyright law. So the practical steps for copyright protection. Number 1, document your process. Keep detailed records of your creative process, including drafts of lyrics, iterations of music, and communications with the hired drummer and singer. Number 2, register the copyright. Once the song is complete, register it with the appropriate copyright office in your country to formalize the protection. Number 3, collaboration agreements. Ensure you have agreements with the drummer and singer outlining their contributions and confirming that you own the rights to the final work. Your extensive involvement in creating the song, including writing lyrics, refining music, recreating it in a DAW, and hiring musicians, ensures that the work has significant human authorship. This makes it eligible for copyright protection under the laws of the United States, European Union, United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and likely other jurisdictions. By documenting your creative process and registering the copyright, you can secure your rights to the song. And the question I asked ChatGPT about creating a song, well, that's a real-world case, mine to be exact. I got the original idea for a chorus, and I started diving in deep. I have a ridiculous amount of work I've done on it. It's currently with a mixing engineer in New York before it gets mastered and published. I have to be honest, I actually have around 30 songs I've worked on for the past 2 to 3 years, but working with AI allowed me to get to completion on one. I think AI has potential to do good or bad. It's like a knife or a gun. What do you plan on doing with it? When the first hammer was made, did someone use it to build something or kill someone? When synthesizers and drum machines became prevalent in the 80s, were they bad? No, the 80s gave us some incredible music, arguably the best ever. When the internet became widely available in the mid-1990s, it was awesome. Word processors ultimately replaced typewriters, but not the job. ATMs were convenient, but didn't replace the people working in the bank. Digital audio workstations, or DAWs, such as Apple Logic Pro, Ableton Live, FL Studio, Pro Tools, and others made a musician's life easier. Agricultural machinery made it possible for larger scale farming, and that ultimately became critical as the population has increased by 3 times since 1950. I have always embraced technology. I love it. But I also have seen a lot of movies over the past 40 years about AI taking over the world. And to be honest, it was always futuristic. But now, we actually have AI, so the future is now. I do think some AI could potentially be harmful to mankind in the very near future, but it's not going away. So my advice, embrace it and use it to make your work and your personal life easier until the robots don't want us anymore. Stay tuned to future videos to hear more about my song and all of the steps I've had to do to get it published. Remember, making music becomes passive income, and I'll have a video on that soon as well. I'm actually going to see if I can get Miss Krystal and Devin for an interview on this topic. I think they could really do a great job of shedding light on some of these things. And you can join our community at Bazillions.com. It's free to join, and in the resources folder, you will find our cheat sheets to ChatGPT, Midjourney, and Leonardo, and there are free downloads for any member of our community. And in addition to that, you'll join our email newsletter when you join the community. Until next time, click that subscribe, like, and bell notification, and let's go make bazillions.